Yeah, this is a really clean-cut game by both teams. Nobody's really making any overt mistakes, but Empire's going to be the aggressor here. They've got a Blink Dagger up on Resolution. They want to try to look for these fights right now, and he might actually
They're
be
trying
too
to
far.
force this one, but it's for the Echo Slam, I think, but they just burst down the Storm Sphere too quickly. They couldn't actually get the Shallow Grave. Sumail actually hit by the Fissure, silenced up as well, but that felt like just a little bit of bad read from Empire. I think they're really trying to bait it out for the Echo Slam, but I think EG also read that, and we're just like, we'll just try and pop him really quickly from a distance and immediately back out, and that's exactly what happens.
Silent is really overestimating his tankiness. Yeah. He's got 8 armor and 1400 HP, but Sumail's nukes and the Midnight Pulse are enough to take that down so quickly, and he's just not respecting the amount of damage that EG can put out. And I think they're going to go for the Roshan here, because they feel pretty confident now that the Storm has lost enough Bloodstone charges that he probably is going to be a little bit more tentative. So EG being able to pick up this Aegis, if you can get it on either Universe or Fear, you'd be set in a really good position. And
it's taking them a while, though. I mean, at this rate, they're actually going to be dropping rather low. It's down to about a third HP. Silent is about to show himself. AUI does have his black hole, though, so if he wants to try and go in, nope, Silent doesn't look like they actually realize.
That was weird. It was almost like AUI was on the lip of being able to see him, and he might actually just go for the rune and die here.
Ooh, boy. Gets a little bit of distance, has to jump away from AUI, who is rapidly closing that gap.
Does Fear go for this? He knows that he doesn't have any mana. He's catching up really quickly.
Yep, he's silent. He's going to be almost dropping here. The ultimate's going to come out almost enough. Aloha Dance is waiting for his opportunity to silence up Fear. And there goes. Silent will actually be able to get out. Get just enough HP thanks to Strength Treads to be able to survive through that ultimate.
Concern right now for Empire is Enigma almost has his BKB. And once he does,
nothing to stop it, right?
Yeah, and EG, it's not even like they're behind at all, because the anti-mage is just going to out-farm them, and Sumail even making an aggressive move. Maybe he just decides not to go for this.
Yeah, Aloha Dance. He's got the TP out if necessary, and he's got enough HP to be able to survive through the burst.
Resolution has built really heavily into the mid-game. Like, he's really invested into winning these fights early. And so if you do that, you go for the Blink Dagger, the BKB, the mech, no real damage items. You're hoping that you can get into these fights early enough where it can pay off, but EG is just frustrating them. They're running around the map, not really giving Empire any sort of openings.
Pick off maybe on Sumail. Jump! No! Sumail makes the blink out beforehand. They had Resolution on the front lines, and Yoki actually tried to go for the Fissure rather than the Blink Echo Slam first. That's a huge missed opportunity.
Fully completed Manta on the anti-mage. It's going to be so hard for Empire to lock him down for long enough. Resolution doesn't have the damage to deal with it, and AUI even picks up a tower, and
well, they actually try and jump onto Fear, manage to pull him back. He still has that Manta as well as the Aegis, so Empire not going to commit too heavily here.
Fear's
in fact,
going for
Fear,
this.
He wants to try and take this one. They do manage to get the Winter's Curse onto Yoki, who will end up going down. Shallow Grave will actually keep him alive for a little bit longer. AUI actually managed to get a 2-man black hole. Sumail with the ultimate over the top will finish off at least one. Resolution got off his BKB, though, and now will now drop the ultimate. Oh, and Sumail managed to catch Yoki as well. Thought he was going to get out, but
the Courier, too.
Courier goes down as well, and EG, it was looking a little bit rough in that first 20 minutes where Empire were really not making many mistakes, but they dropped one fight in that middle lane, and EG managed to take Roshan, get another fight now in the middle lane, and are in complete control of this game.
Yeah, and AUI has been playing so well this entire game. The amount of times that he's hit big black holes, he doesn't even hesitate there. He just walks in, pops the black hole, no time for them to realize, and always want to fly.
Yeah, Shallow Grave, he's got the heal, so he should stay alive. Shadow Strike's actually highly leveled up. He needs to be able to get to the fountain. Yep, he's good.
But EG get a free tier 2, and I mean, they have so much map control now. Silence farm progression has really just plummeted. 60-minute Bloodstone.
Still trying to go back for the Orchid, but
as an offlane Earthshaker player, how does this farm look? Is this about par for the course, or?
I would say for a game where you've managed to take almost all the tier 1s and almost all the tier 2s, Yoki is maybe even a little underfarmed. Like, okay. Blink Dagger by, I would say, 18 minutes is nice. Force Staff by, like, 25. But If they just didn't have that many towers, I would say he's totally fine. But they've gotten obviously a lot of tower bounty. He's obviously died twice and hasn't picked up, like, not even an assist yet. So you can see why he's a bit underfarmed.
Yeah, they haven't been able to utilize him in fights. Silent, though. Remember, 16-minute Bloodstone, 27 or 28-minute Orchid. Like, Bloodstone's a significantly harder item to get.
And tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower, actually. Now, it looks like they actually want to defend their bottom tower first. Yoki's coming forward, but Universe is in a good position to be able to see this one. He managed to actually Fisher up. They're going to just pop Universe real quickly. Gets that kill. Always want to fly. He's on the way out. Ultimate being popped onto him, but he managed to get off the Shallow Grave. And now Fear is a bit far forward. Obviously, he still has that Aegis, so they're unlikely to be able to lock him down. So they just get a kill. Actually, always want to fly still.
The illusions chased him down.
Oh, Jesus, that's a good ultimate from Samael. Now Resolution has to pop his ultimate, but he no longer has the mana, so he's just going to be run down by Fear. Silent and Yoki on the way out. Samael actually managed to get the slow onto Yoki, and Chant Totem being placed onto Fear, but he's just going to commit to this kill. He knows that he cannot die. Actually, Winter's Curse on Silent, he's going to go down as well. This is going to be a total wipe Empire. It's just a steady progression of worse and worse fights for them.
Yeah, it started with that fight in mid where Silent definitely didn't want to die either of those times, playing a little bit too over-aggressive. The team fight from EG is a little bit too strong. They had to expend so much just to kill Universe, and it wasn't even worth it because EG, the turnaround potential was high. Fear is just punishing them by pushing everywhere at once. They don't have the damage to deal with him. He's got 4,200 gold, and they were struggling before when he only has a Manta as a defensive item. Wait till he gets maybe even a Butterfly, how hard it's going to be to kill him. Or he's actually going to go for a Heart.
Okay. I think I'm down with that.
I am too.
Just like raw HP.
What's going to kill him? Like,
I mean, just naturally, he already does enough damage with Mana Break and Mana Void against these cores.
The Shadow Fiend is falling just further and further behind. Resolution needed some time to farm and catch up, but if you commit to this type of build, the Mech and the Blink Dagger, you're looking for fights. Like, this is not a farm build.
If it was, he would have foregone like the Blink Dagger for earlier Butterfly or something, right?
Yeah, even the Butterfly would have been a really good option against the type of lineup that EG have, but it's getting rough.
Silent. Oh, Scythe the Vice comes in from Samael, and they almost blow up Silent and manage to get the Shallow Grave. Yule's Scepter in order to stop that one. He still has enough time to ball lightning away. He will survive, keeping his 2 Bloodstone charges in check. Always want to fly. Well, that's the Shallow Grave, and Fear actually still managed to pick up the kill on the Storm Spirit. Now Aloha Dance is dead as well. 3 kills, Samael on a godlike spree. And Empire, I mean, they just were in such a great position at that 15-minute marker, and it's just gone so horribly bad in the last 10 minutes.
They just weren't able to convert the plays that they made. Like, when they picked off Fear, it was really good. They were pushing down tier 1s. They were doing a good job of defending towers, but then Silent got too over-aggressive twice, and EG just punished them for it. And Fear, this is what he does. We don't talk about him nearly enough because a lot of the focus is centered on Sumail, and rightly so, but this team is just stacked 1-5. Like, Sumail's 9-0-6. Even in a losing effort last game, he was 9-1-6. Solo killed CTY twice in the first game. Manages to do it again against Resolution. Doesn't even have a single death against a team with so many silences and disables.
I mean, that was supposed to be the advantage of the Night Stalker, right? Being able to shut down the Queen of Pain early via that silence. It just never happened.
EG are so comfortable right now. There's a Blink Dagger on AUI. All of their cores are starting to finally pick up some farm. Universe is a little bit poor, but I think he's just a utility bounty hunter. He doesn't even really care.
No. Solar Crest for him. And a Blink Dagger. So there's the Butterfly for our SF.
That could actually change things a lot. If they get an ideal fight off, but they just don't have enough damage right now. Yoki has to hit another monster Echo Slime for them to even think about coming back into this game against the lineup.
Yeah, it also seems like the SF might be better against the physical damage, but he still just doesn't have enough HP against things like Sonic Wave.
There's a Hex now on Sumail, too. I think he had it in the previous fight, but...
Yeah, he used it to pick off. Starting that fight in middle on the Storm Spirit.
1 is the loneliest number. Oh, it doesn't warm my heart to see the 1 Bloodstone Charge Storm, but Empire's going to 5-man smoke. This is probably their best chance. Try to catch them unawares and see what you can do around the Rosh pit.
Yeah, especially Roshan up, a natural grouping mechanism. They could. I mean, Yoki has to make a big play here, but they're pretty grouped up. He's going to jump in, try and go for the Echo Slam soon. They've already jumped PPD, locks down Universe. All right, couple of these heroes. AUI's coming in from the back, though. He's already popped his BKB. He doesn't actually have a Black Hole. Sumail managed to get the blink away. Silent hoping to be able to catch up, but he just doesn't have the mana there. Fear is harassing these heroes with his illusions. They have to turn and focus that one down. Looks like all of Empire are going to try and get out of here, but Aloha Dance bit picked up. Oh, there goes the ultimate out from Fear. Already bringing out the SF and almost taking out Silent as well. Yoki throws out the Fissure, trying to stun both, but only hits AUI. And Yoki, well, he successfully TPs away, but it's 4 down on the side of Empire, while EG only dropping 2.
It's almost always just Universe that dies. They're struggling so hard to kill anybody else, and they do manage to get PPD, but still, it's 2 utility heroes. All the core survive. AUI doesn't even have to expend the Black Hole to win that fight. And Empire, do they even have any buybacks for this upcoming push? No. There is 2 Bloodstone charges now on the Storm, which, I mean, you just got to look at the positive sides.
Yeah.
This is going to be an Aegis for Fear. If you thought it was difficult to kill him before, I think they did like 500 damage to his overall HP pool in that last fight.
Yeah. So Aegis, and it's not going to go to Fear, right? Oh, okay, it is. I really thought he was tanky enough that he would just give it to Sumail. Allow him to aggressively blink forward with his Scythe every time.
Something that is a really underrated factor is how demoralizing that is. You're like, guys,
how
can we kill AM?
Kill him once? Yeah. And this also means that they could just put Fear on the front lines to right-click down the tower. If they somehow manage to like actually catch him and finish him off, they only take away Aegis. Otherwise, he'll just back up, let the heart heal him up, you know, go back in again, rinse and repeat.
Yeah. The good news is that Empire still have most of their buildings up. They haven't lost a set of racks, and I mean the difference in net worth though has been a steady climb where it's down, and even in experience it's even worse.
Butterfly and Sue going to be coming in for our Animage. He is hitting that kind of maxed out slot soon.
Fear is so farmed. His net worth is almost double the carry of Empire's.
Rough. So Empire just got to sit back, farm it up. I mean, they have to try and push this as late as humanly possible because they know the AM's just going to get 6 allotted no matter what they do.
All right, here we
Aloha
go.
Dance. He's going to be the target here of a smoke gank from Evil Geniuses. Whereas before, they were like, we don't really want Aloha Dance for a smoke gank. Now it just doesn't even matter. Pick-off is a pick-off. Bounty kill is a bounty kill. And Evil Geniuses will now go ahead and try and push uphill with Fear.
EG's brutal, man. Like, they're so far ahead, and they still go for the smoke gank on Aloha Dance. It's just all about the
Always want to fly, just disappears. That's a 2-punch. Blink, Scream of Pain, and Sonic Wave just instantly kills our poor Dazzle. That'll be the first lane of Rax, it's looking like. I think they're just